Welcome to Mystery Miners Ghost Edition. I'm your host, Theo. Today we are going to be talking about the Slender Man. So, my spooky friends, sit back, relax, go grab a nice cup of tea, and let's get ready to get scared. Jack was tired. It's been a long day at school for him. Football practice, book club, and the never-ending pile of homework. Phew. Sometimes it's hard being a teenager. Jack quickly packed his belongings and he heard his phone ring with a text notification. His mother texted to him to head back home because some of their relatives were coming over. Jack sighed. Great, not his weird cousins down from the next town. Jack shook his head, rolled his eyes towards the sky. He just wants to go home, just take a break on his nice, warm, comfy bed. Jack was strolling through a shortcut through the forest so that he can get home quickly. He lived quite a few distance away from his school, and recently his bike broke, so he's been getting the extra exercise when walking home these days. The sun was slowly setting, and the humidity that this summer has brought on has been quite intense. The cicadas were singing the tunes of summer. Jack will admit he found some tranquility in it. Once again, Jack looked up at the sky to take in the sunset. But his peace was interrupted by a snapping sound behind him. What was that? Jack turned around. The trees were silent. There was no wind at all. Where did that sound come from? Again, there was sound of branches snapping here and there. What's going on? About 20 minutes have passed. He's about to get home. Just a few more minutes until he heard a different kind of noise. It was a growl. Jack turned around quickly to see if it's a stray dog, a cat, what in the world is going on. Suddenly, at the corner of his eyes, he saw a long, giant shadow pass by one of the trees. That's when Jack saw it. That thing. It was not human. It was a giant creature. The monster, he was about 7 feet tall. He has no face at all. In fact, his face is all white, completely devoid of any facial features. He was wearing a black suit with a bright red tie, with long white claws for fingers. He was crouched down in an aggressive manner behind one of the trees. Jack was aware that this creature had no eyes, but he could have sworn he was looking straight into his soul. Jack froze in fear. The warm summer heat is now replaced by chilling cold sweats. His hands felt like a block of ice. There was silence for a while. Nothing happened but a staring contest between Jack and this horrible thing, until the creature made a slow movement towards Jack. Then Jack saw something so mortifying, he started screaming so loud. This creature had long arms. He had so many arms. They were like tentacles of arms sprouting from his back like a giant spider. Without hesitation, the creature sprinted quickly towards Jack. Jack screamed for help and ran, but it was no use. The monster took Jack in his long tentacle of arms, and Jack's screams of help slowly faded, and the cicadas were finally dead silent as well. The next few days, a search and rescue party by the school, community, friends, family, and local authorities was organized. Jack was missing. His fate was unknown. Did he run away? No, Jack was a good kid. He loved his family and he never mixed in with a bad crowd. Jack was founded a few days later, but it was not a pleasant evening for everyone. It was quite a grisly one, to say. A police officer and his canine partner found Jack impaled on one of the branches of a giant tree. His face was stuck in fear as he passed on, giving the impression that he did not go peacefully. The worst part was the inside of his organs was also missing. This creature, my friends, is called the Slender Man. It is a fictional supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme created by something awful forum user Eric Knudsen, also known as Victor Surge in 2009. He is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face wearing a black suit. Stories of the Slender Man commonly feature him as stalking, abducting, or traumatizing people, particularly children. The Slender Man has become a pop culture icon, although he is not confined to a single narrative but appears in many disparate works of fiction, typically composed online. Unfortunately, the story of Slender Man also became more well known due to a real-life crime case, a case that shocked the world. On May 31st, 2014, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, United States, two 12-year-old girls, Anessa Wire and Morgan Geyser, lured their friend Peyton Lautner into a forest and stabbed her 19 times in an attempt to appease the fictional character Slender Man. Lautner crawled to a road where she was found and recovered after 6 days in the hospital. Wire and Geyser were found not guilty by mental disease or defect and committed to mental health institutions for sentences of 25 years to life and 40 years to life. So, my spooky friends, when you're heading home tonight, make sure you look over your shoulder, or you may face the same fate as Jack. Thank you for tuning in today's episode of Mystery Miners Ghost Edition. Make sure you catch us next week for another scary story on MI Radio.